Hello, you're listening to WBCR 90.3 FM Beloit. Welcome back to Beloit Circus Jams, hosted by yours truly, Julianna. And on this week of My Friends and Their Chaotic Music Tastes, we have all of the producers going on today. And we've got what we're calling our good old honest attempt at a folk week. And I say this because we have a lot of stuff that varies among the different folk genres and intersections, which I'm very excited to get to. First up on the mic, we have Paloma.
Hello, hello.
All right, do you want to tell us a bit about what you've brought us for our folk week?
Yes. So, I have with me a song from a very, very talented new artist, and a song from a slightly less new band. And that second one is technically considered like folk rock, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
Understandable.
Yeah.
All right, your first song up for us is Cleopatra by Monrovia.
Yes. So, Monrovia is one of those TikTok finds. He's a Liberian-born, Tennessee-based Afro-Appalachian folk singer.
Awesome.
Yeah, his music blends, cultural influences with heartfelt storytelling and a very distinct sound, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's really cool.
All right, I'm excited. Let's give it a listen. This is Cleopatra by Monrovia.
It takes one to know one. My heart was frozen at the sight of you. Don't give a damn about the drama. It's you and I until the sundown. It's a classic point of view. Man, you got me feeling up there. I'm floating through the clouds. Hid all your tears upstairs, and you're looking at me now. My Cleopatra, why do you look so sad? It doesn't matter, they never had your back. My Cleopatra, why do you look so sad? It doesn't matter, they never had your back. Not now, not ever. My soul swoon, cosmic boom. It's a good day to be alive again. Flowers bloom outside your room. It's a good day to be alive again. It's a good day to be alive again. It's a good day to be alive. My Cleopatra, why do you look so sad? It doesn't matter, they never had your back. My Cleopatra, why do you look so sad? It doesn't matter, they never had your back. And I watched you be consumed by your doom. I see my fall, and I watched you be consumed by your doom. I didn't see your scars. My Cleopatra, I know why you're so sad. It does matter, I never had your back. My Cleopatra, I know why you're so sad. It does matter, never had your back. Not now, not ever. Not now, not ever.
That was Cleopatra by Monrovia. Paloma, take it away.
Alright, so this is a quote directly from Monrovia about the song's release.
Alright.
The song is about finding light in between depressive seasons.
Ooh.
So many times the people who love you the most still don't ask the right questions or know how to help. You can't blame either side, for it takes two things. Honesty from you and someone who is ready and willing to walk beside. Yeah, anyway.
That's devastating.
Yeah, right?
Oh, you said that so casually.
I know. It basically finishes off the message with the light is never too far from where you are with like a black heart and a coffee emoji. Yeah.
That's so good.
I know!
Alright, so why this song when I asked for a folk week?
Because he is one of my most recent folk artist obsessions.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that one artist that I played for the really chilly episode.
Yeah.
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 It's actually been a consistent obsession. I don't know. I think I discovered him around the time of like when we were abroad.
Okay.
And this is actually a really good springtime song, and
Yes.
I just kind of listened to it constantly while walking around the streets of London.
As you should.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yes.
The next song you have up for us is Just a Little While by the 502s.
Yeah. So the 502s are kind of like it's like a weird, it's like folk rock, but it's also like folk orchestra, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
There's like a blend of like roots, rock and bluegrass.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really come off as folk right away, but I don't know, they have a really interesting sound, especially with this song.
I'm excited to hear it. That's Just a Little While by the 502s.
Late nights in a wild town, we go out, roaming around, holding your hand in my hand. Friday nights felt like it never ran. You were Miss Hollywood, I was your chic chauffeur. Take you where you wanna go, get you there nice and slow. You looked up at me from your backseat with that same old grin, and I said, wait just a little while and tell me where you've been. I've been staying up at night, thinking about it, and it's been oh so long that I've been feeling like this, and I know that I've never been more sure. We went to the cinema, and you wore your shades inside. I couldn't stop laughing when you pulled off mine and knocked that drink from your hand onto the floor, and then ran the theater 8, and you hid behind the door. You looked up at me from your back seat with that same old grin, and I said, wait just a little while and tell me where you've been. I've been staying up at night, thinking about it, and it's been oh so long that I've been feeling like this, and I know that I've never been more sure. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you need, what you want to believe. I've got the soul and you've got to know that together we had everything. My time was thin, my love was gone, my life was
that was Just a Little While by the 502s. Paloma, take it away.
Alright, so apparently the song has been performed by the group as early as like 2018, but it wasn't like released until like 2021, which is when most everyone heard it on the radio. And I think actually, the radio is how I discovered the song.
Okay.
And ever since then, it's sat at the top of my happiness playlist.
As it should.
It's just that vibe.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's fun. You said it was like a fun folk and blues mix. Was that what you said?
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then why this one for the choice of week?
I think it's arguably one of the most, one of the folk songs that I have like the most attachment to.
Okay.
I think mostly because I do have fond memories of rocking out to this in the car with my mom.
As you should.
Yeah.
It's a fun song.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those were Paloma's 2 choices. Thank you so much, Paloma. Oh. Next up, we have Kale's songs, and they sadly cannot be here, but they have sent us their Rambles of a Couch-Ridden Kale, which will be very fun. We're going to get into what they've said later, but the first song they have up for us is Time Escaping by Big Thief. That was Time Escaping by Big Thief, which is, I just looked this up, an indie folk band from Brooklyn, New York. Sam, how does that make you feel? Resident Brooklynite.
Hi, Chad. There's a good song by this band that I like, and it's not this one.
Vampire?
No, Storm something.
Ooh.
Thingamabob
Storm?
Storm. Simulation Storm.
Oh!
Yes. This is folk music. Why don't you read the blurb?
Yeah, alright. Here's what Kale has to say. Time Escaping. Time Escaping is one of my favorite Big Thief songs. Nothing will ever top Vampire Empire for me, but I love the rhythm of this song. Cacophonous music is really hard to get right, but I adore busy songs. The busier the better, in my opinion. I also love the positive yet still critical vibe that most Big Thief songs give off, and this one's a great example of that, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a real finger. Allison, you got something you want to say?
Kale can't hear me, but I do want to come in mild defense to Kale. The song did grow on me as we went on.
Oh, yeah.
I vibed with the really busy backtrack, particularly whenever they just sing Time Escaping. Like, the fact that it takes so long to say that, it works really well.
Yeah. I like the harmonies added on top of that. I think it makes the cacophonous music in the background work better. It's still overwhelming.
I like the beat. I actually didn't like the... I could have, like, taken or left the vocals. It felt very much like atmospheric soundtrack music, like in Dune.
Yeah.
Like while he's walking around, this would be the ding 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 ding.
This
like,
does sound like Dune.
Yeah.
That's my take.
I know the exact like headspace I need to be for this song, but it's definitely not one that I would like listen to like often or casually.
Yeah.
Because it would just send me, like, it wouldn't match any mood I'm in.
If this is on my rotation right after a Florence song, I'd be reeling for like an hour, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of like playlist you would put this in. Well, actually I do, but another time.
Yeah. I asked at the end, I was like, is this folk? And I guess it is in the fact that I don't really know what else to call it. Indie folk does sort of make sense, in that I don't think any other word makes sense.
Apparently Sam's people are the folks.
Yeah, I think Julianna asked, is this folk? And I said, it depends on the folks. And then Julianna looked it up, and they are from Brooklyn, New York. And they are my folks. I am the folks.
You are the folks.
Shout out Sam's folks.
I don't know. I've never had a panic attack before, but I'm pretty sure if you wanted to induce one in me, I think this song at maximum volume after like a really bad Sunday brunch shift.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. All right. Not to roast Kale too much. I do think it's a fun song.
No, it's a fun song.
Big Thief has some good songs. I'm surprised personally by this choice, but it's fun. The next song they have chosen for us is Beetle in the Bath by Justin Arena, Joel Mondion, and Maddie Vespa. Let's give it a listen.
Sinking ship, you'd be the one to drown in it. If I was a burning house, you'd be the only one who didn't run out. If I was a gambler, you'd get dealt my best hand. And if somebody asked me who you are, I'd call you my best friend. 'Cause everything that I do for me and you. Everything I'd be the first one aboard, and if you ran right out the room, I would hold the door. And if you were exhausted, I would do all of your chores. And if we were the duel, I would throw down my sword. 'Cause everything that I do for me and you. Everything that I try to do for me and you. Kafka, I would be the bath. And if nobody understood you, I would be up to the task. And if you were an egg, I would sit until you hatched and bring you to your favorite spot and place you in the grass. 'Cause everything that I do for me and you. Everything that I try to do, I do for me and you. If we are Polaroid, I want us on the wall. And if we are ringing phone, let's answer the call. If we are in high hopes, let's show it off. And if we are the road below, let's ride it till it's gone. If you were the sidewalk, I'd step over the cracks. If I was the day you're having, I'd just let you relax. If you were to leave my side, I would hope that we could be together, just like the beetle in the bath. We could be together, just like the beetle in the bath. The beetle in the bath, the beetle in the bath. Everything that I do me and you. Everything that I try to do for me and you.
That was Beetle in the Bath by Justin Arena, Joel Monjon, and Maddie Vespa. So, Kale says for this song that this song is really cool for them to share. Justin Arena is one of the older siblings of their first ever partner, and that partner is now just a friend from their hometown. They say it's really cool to have good music from their little suburbs. They've even seen them perform in a barn. The song itself is just sweet and airy, and a much more potent way of saying, I would still love you if you were a worm. Marcelo, you said there was a specific line
There was a
that rang with
line
you.
and it said, if you were an egg, and I was like, whoa, and the whole thing was like, if you were an egg, I'd sit until you hatch. And I was like, but I was just focused on the if you were an egg part.
Why?
Because I love eggs. Delicious.
You love eggs?
They're great. They can use them for literally anything. They're part of any meal. Mm-hmm. Adding an egg to any dish is going to make it better.
Marcel lore.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. And also, I ask Kale a similar question like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The like worm, if I were this, if I were that. But now I'm going to ask him, if I were an egg.
Would you wait until I hatched?
Or would you make me into an omelet?
Any other thoughts from our fellows on the couch and chair?
I liked the way it ended.
It is a fun ending.
I like the way it
had
is.
a really good vibe.
It is really fun.
Yeah. Like, I'm like strolling through like a forest path on this
Yes.
one with like some friends.
Yes.
Or just like vibing in a sunbeam or something in like a jungly forest. Just great, wonderful vibes.
It's very fun. The artist's picture on the music streaming service I use has the artist with, what is that? It's a droid from Star Wars. Isn't that like...
Oh, it's
what
a
is
good
he?
one.
Yeah. Little guy that goes Roger Roger. Yeah.
Roger.
Good for him.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Right? Alright. Well, Marcelo, you're already... Actually, I lied. We're not getting to you yet, Marcelo.
Oh.
Sam has an event he has to talk about on campus.
Oh, God.
This is very important. Now, it is spring break, and so the events today will be a little less traditional.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. in front of Wood Hall on Beloit College campus, I'm going to walk outside for approximately 30 seconds and then walk back inside. And this is significant because I usually don't go outside, especially for no reason. So it'll be good. It'll be good for me.
It's true.
And now I'm being held to this, and I mean, people can show up if they want to. They can observe from afar. Because I literally won't know.
Yeah.
Like,
We rarely ever see a random Sam.
yeah.
On campus?
Usually
Is that a
it's-
purpose?
I'm usually, I'm impeccably timed. Like, I am always doing something. So I will be doing nothing for about 30 seconds.
Sam, you should get a selfie of yourself outside and send it to Paloma.
Yeah,
Just so she can put it on her social.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mostly see him in my house.
Thank you, Marcelo.
It's a good house.
Thank you.
All right.
I did not make it myself.
Now that we have you in the seat, it's your turn to talk about your songs. So, tell us, what was going through your mind when I said, give me 2 songs for Folk Week?
I was like, wow, I don't think I listen to a lot of folk. And so on the streaming service, music streaming service, I just searched up like folk music, and they made me a mix of like all the songs that I already listened to that are apparently folk, but figures a lot of them are explicit. But I picked two that I've like listened to a lot recently, and the two that I picked are like folk punk.
Ooh,
so
funk.
This will be funk. So this will be interesting.
All right, the first one you have is Providence by Poor Man's Poison. Let's give it a listen.
Candlelights and empty souls quietly behind the doors are bleeding us just for fun. Men of power telling lies with shifty hands and thirsty eyes, and they can smell your fear like blood. Oh, my weary soul, we met your kind before. Set fire to a soul, and oh, sweet providence, come save us from ourselves, from hell and consequence. Feed the rich and kill the poor, turn out the lights and just ignore what's going on outside. The beating hearts of the depraved, we've turned the people into slaves, and we've given up before we've even tried. And oh, my weary soul, we met your kind before. Set fire to a soul, and oh, sweet providence, come save us from ourselves, from hell and consequence. Kind before, set fire to a soul, and no sweet providence, come save us from ourselves, from hell and consequence. And oh, my weary soul, oh, my weary soul, no sweet providence, come save us from ourselves, from hell and consequence.
That was Providence by Poor Man's Poison. Marcelo, take it away.
It was either between this or Hell's Coming With Me. I originally found this song through Hell's Coming, or well, I found Poor Man's Poison through Hell's Coming With Me because it was like a big thing on TikTok, and people were making a bunch of animatics using the one bit from Hell's Coming With Me. But then I found the rest of Poor Man's Poison, and I like Providence a lot more throughout the song.
Yes.
Rather than just like that one bit. Hell's Coming With Me is a great song still either way. But I don't know, Poor Man's Poison, it really just like tells a story through the song, and like it makes you feel rage, but also like do a little jig while like seething with rage, and like you're angry, but you're like your feet are going.
Yeah. All right, the next song you have up first is "Gimme Coffee or Death" by Mischief Brew.
I found Mischief Brew through our close friend Devin, but I'll elaborate more on that later.
All right, let's give it a listen.
normal as they were cuffed and hauled away. Who could have thought, who should have known? Such a nice family, but it's all a show. It could have been just like any other day, if not for the blood and the rain. It could have been just your everyday commute, and then I heard the sirens and I flipped on the news. Disobedient civilians have all lanes damned. Arrests stop being made, wrists stop being slapped. So I cracked down the window as I rolled past. Get up, boss, take up that. That's what the others shouted, but I blared the horn. My fist in the air and my gas to the floor. Give me death, Lord, give me rain. I feel so numb, better give me pain. Bomb threats and hurricanes, a renewed buried flavor from the coffee train. Someplace cool and safe. Who could have thought? Who should have known? Thousands dead, the leader spoke. Well, I pulled at their cuffs while they were at each other's throats. Does this mean I get to go home? Give me death or give me rain. I feel so numb, better give me pain. Bomb threats and hurricanes, a renewed berry flavor from the coffee train. Give me death or give me rain. I feel so numb, better give me pain. Bomb threats and hurricanes, a renewed berry flavor from the coffee train. Sing out, liberty is too much strain. Could have been just like any other day, if not for the blood and the rain.
That was Gimme Coffee or Death by Mischief Brew. Marcelo, take it away.
Okay, so like I said before the song started, I originally found this song through my dear friend Devin and their sibling Pluto. We were on our way back from Minnesota, and it was a road trip, and we were taking Pluto back with us. We were coming back from a Cape Town concert that weekend. And on the way back, Devin looked at Pluto and said, "You want to scream with me?" And they put, God, what was the song? It's like something, "Roll Me Through the Gates of Hell" by this band, Mischief Brew. And it was just like them just,
Keep going.
It was them just like screaming through their chest through this song, and I wanted to listen to them because it was like a really crazy, hectic time in my life. And I was like, I just kept listening to Mischief Brew, and I found this song and I just love it. It's just like a fun little thing, but it just like before the song previously, I just kept going.
All right, thank you, Marcelo. All right, we now have on the air my brother Nate. Do you want to say something for the air?
Hi.
Hi. All right, quickly, 2 folk songs that you like.
2 folk songs.
Bro, you had them ready.
The Times They Are Changing, that's one of them. I like that one.
Which one?
The Times They Are Changing by Bob Dylan.
All right, all right.
Okay.
And Hard Rains Are Gonna Fall, I think.
Bye.
Bob Dylan.
Also,
Yeah,
Bob. All right, we've got some Bob Dylan enjoyers in our family, apparently.
Good old Robert.
Any songs.
All right. Any closing comments you'd like to make to the WBCR radio show?
No.
All right, thank you for calling in. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was loud. We're figuring it out, boys. All right. But those were very fun selections, Marcel. I don't think a lot of people would think of these when you think of folk songs, which I think is what's neat about these.
Yeah.
As well as just what everyone's brought us so far.
I don't know. See, when you originally said folk songs, I didn't know what I was thinking of. but like the singular instrumental and just like the raspiness or the I don't know, like emotion in their voice.
Yeah.
That's what I think of, I guess.
Makes sense.
Side note, when I searched up a bunch of folk songs, a lot of them were just shanties that I listened to.
Shanties are also great.
Do they count as folk songs?
I think it depends, but I think they could count.
Okay, because a lot of them were just like the Dreadnoughts or the Longest Johns or what.
Listen,
Yeah.
again, this week is called Our Honest Attempt at a Folk Week, because I'm trying not to... Ooh, alright. Hello, you're on the air for WBCR.
Hello! What kind of music do you guys have going on tonight?
Tonight we've got folk music going on, so could you tell us 2 of your favorite folk songs?
Ooh, 2 of our favorite folk songs. Okay, hang on. I have to look it up, though. Shoot, I should have been ready.
No worries. Guess what? Right up next is Allison anyways, so she can start talking about some of her folk songs while you get yours ready.
Okay, sounds great.
Alright, Allison, get up here. Tell us what you brought for Folk Week tonight.
Okay, I couldn't think off the top of my head of any songs that were folk. I had to look them up, much like my mother right now. So I went onto my streaming services, just like curated playlists, and looked at the one that they had built for folk and went through it and was like, oh, this will count. Oh, this will count. And that was the entire process for picking out the songs today.
Alright. You love to hear it.
I think the first one up is Woodland by the Paper Kites.
Yes.
This is not the first Paper Kites I've played on the radio station, to my knowledge.
It is not.
Yes. So this is my second favorite Paper Kites song, because I've already played the first one. But I like this one a lot. I think this one comes on more often in my rotation than the one I played previously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, taking it back to Miss Heather, do you have your 2 songs ready?
Well, she's still looking, but, you know, I have one. This is Jack.
Hi, Jack. What do you have?
Hi. I think in these times, you gotta go with something by Woody Guthrie. Maybe Tear the Fascist Down would be pretty good right now.
Correct.
The Guthries are...
That's mine.
I'm still working on mine.
No worries. Alright, we can get the song going and we can come back to you. Alright, folks in the studio, this is The Woodland by the Paper Kites.
Run, run, don't trail behind. Keep moving, the beast won't stop till we're dead. All the scrapes on our knees will tell you where we've been, where we have bled. All we play high. In the autumn days, won't lay down our heads till the day is won. Won't stop running till we reach the sun. Chasing all the things that are keeping us young. We won't stop running till we reach the sun. Building a home with the mud and the stones and the branches we bind. We're all just searching for something bigger than we're all able to find. All we play autumn days, won't lay down our heads till the day is won. Won't stop running till we reach the sun. Chasing all the things that are keeping us young. We won't stop running till we reach the sun. We are all creatures of the sun. We're all children of the day. We're just chasing what we can't ever get, ever have. One day got ends till the day is won. One stop run until we reach the sun. Chasing all the things that are keeping us young. We won't stop run until we reach the sun.
That was Woodland by the Paper Kites. And back on the air, we have Miss Heather with her favorite folk song.
So it's Forever Young by Bob Dylan, but it's on a specific album. It was an album that was released way later in his career.
Okay.
I sent it over to Allison so you can see it. And it's actually a record they found where he was just messing around at home, like trying to write all these different songs that he had written. So it was like not meant to be the published version of the song. And it's very different. It's more... it has more slow country folk vibes than the newer versions of Forever Young that we're used to hearing.
Nice. Yeah, I know the song, but I didn't realize it had a later album. That's neat.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having us. Have a great night.
Yeah, you too.
We enjoy the show. Do you have a recording of the show this time?
We have a recording right now.
This is a great plug. It'll be up on YouTube in a couple of days.
All right, thanks you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, Allison, back to Woodland by the Paper Kites.
Okay, so usually I'm chatting with you guys while the song is playing, so then I can figure out like what direction I want to steer it, because we'll have already talked. But instead, we talked to my mother and my stepdad the entire time.
I really like the instrumentals of this song. I think they're very fun.
Yeah.
Very upbeat.
It's very peaceful in a way that I don't really associate with folk necessarily. Like, it can be. It just this one mellows me out a lot, which most folk songs don't usually do for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get to your next song, we have a little thing on campus to shout out. And this is not a campus thing. This is like the country, the globe thing. There's a lunar eclipse tonight occurring between, 10 p.m. and 5 a.m.?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the peak will be at 1:50 a.m. if I remember hearing correctly. It'll be cool. If you can go out and look at it safely, please, go on, do so. It's a sick phenomena. And can you tell there's nothing really happening on campus for us to shout out? Anyways, Allison, your next song for us is Wildflowers by Tom Petty.
This is my favorite Tom Petty song.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm afraid it's a very basic thing.
Nah, we gotta have some of the classics. All right, let's give it a listen.
Somewhere you feel free. cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free.
All right, we're back on WBCR, and we have Robert on the line. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. You know, it's been a ups and downs kind of day, but no complaints.
I get that. All right, do you have any folk songs you'd like to tell us about that you like?
You know, I'm kind of bad at folk songs.
Understandable.
Or with names of music in general. But there is this one that I remember that was a lot of fun. It's called Wellerman.
Yeah.
That one was, I think it was a meme for a while, but I remember a lot of my friends and I would sing it together just out of, you know, for fun.
Yes, I do know that song. That's a good one. All right, thank you so much for calling in. Marcelo, you want to say hi?
Thank you, bro.
Of course, bro, I got you, man.
I love you, brother.
All right. All right, love you, man.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you for having me. All right, peace out.
All right, Allison.
Let's go.
Back to Wildflowers by Tom Petty.
Actually, first, my mom sent me the other song she wanted to shout out.
Okay, what's the other song Miss Heather wanted to shout out?
Ain't No Man by the Avett Brothers.
Ooh, I think I know that one. That's a good one.
That is a good choice.
All right, now back to Wildflowers by Tom Petty.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of my dad's house, which not a ton of songs do. You might think that like the country songs that I listen to would remind me of my dad's house because it's a farm, but that's not really the case because that's not where I would listen to it. He doesn't play a ton of music.
Yeah.
That's more what I associate with my grandparents and stuff and my mom.
I get that.
Which is why everything she shouted out was like folk country divide.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. No, out in the past the backyard of my dad's house, like there's like the whole little like lawn area and like a little shed and a little gravel road for his equipment. And then past that is a field, and it's not one that we own, but it's like a cornfield.
Yeah.
Right behind us. If you cut into that and go like just following it along the edge down the left for a little bit, there's this big hill that I believe is currently public property. Sometimes people buy it and then it goes back to like the state or whatever.
Okay.
But we owned it for a little bit, and it's just like I've mentioned it a lot recently, which is really weird. It's just a lovely little like hill. There's all these like plants and flowers and stuff growing there because nobody maintains it. It's really awesome. There's a lake nearby. It's very scenic.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your songs. And now we've got the final producer, which is me. And the first song I have up is House of the Rising Sun, as sung by Joan Baez. And I'm going to have to do my research on this in the middle, but this is a really good version of it. I love the vocals a lot, so let's give it a listen.
If I had listened to what my mother said, I'd have been at home today. But I was young and foolish, oh God. me astray. Go tell my baby sister, don't do what I have done, but shun that house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. I'm going back to New Orleans. My race is almost run. I'm going back to spend my life beneath that rising sun.
That was House of the Rising Sun by Joan Baez, and I love this version of it. I am ashamed to admit that I only became aware of it because of A Complete Unknown, the movie with Bob Dylan, that came out this past fall. Yeah, because I saw it over winter break. Yeah. But Joan Baez's version is so good. It was recorded in 1960, and the song it has existed for a long time beforehand. There's known recordings from 1925, which is insane. It has some resemblance to a 16th century ballad called The Unfortunate Rake. So this song is just ageless, and I love that. The most popular version of this song is the one by The Animals, which was recorded in 1964, which is 4 years after Joan Baez's version. And I love the instrumentals of that version, but there's something about Joan Baez's haunting vocals of this one which just sell the lyrics and the story way more and make it way more compelling to me. And it's just so much fun. I really like it. I chose this one for Folk Week because I wanted to get that older folk feel and make sure we had a fairly well-rounded breadth of folk for this week. I felt she just perfectly fit the niche I was looking for. And the final song I have up for tonight, I feel like it's hard to do a modern folk week without having Noah Kahn on. And so the song I picked out to have for us tonight is The View Between Villages. So we'll give that a listen.
Air in my lungs till the road begins. As the last of the bugs leave their homes again, and I'm split in the road down the middle. For a minute the world seems so simple. Feel the rush of my blood, I'm 17 again. I am not scared of death, I've got dreams again. It's just me in the curve of the valley, and there is meaning on earth. I am happy. Past Algebrook Road, I'm over the bridge, a minute from home, but I feel so far from it. The gripping the wheel. I'm back between villages and everything's still.
That was The View Between Villages by Noah Kahan. I picked this one because, again, he's one of the most famous folk singers out right now, so it felt stupid to not include him in any way, shape, or form, especially because a lot of the producers here like him and listen to him. But this is from his album Stick Season, and Paloma and I got to see him at the Hollywood Bowl this summer, and he is such an amazing performer. He's so great, really good energy, and while I could have picked Stick Season or any of the other ones, I liked this one because, number one, I think it's one of his more underrated songs, and I wanted to play something that wasn't as overplayed. And number two, I came back to this one this winter break because of the road trip Allison and I did with Kale for the short film project we had. And this one stuck with me because of the lyrics and the visionary, like, lyricism, if that makes sense. I really love how Noah Kahan writes his lyrics. It tells a story, and you can envision yourself in it the entire time, which is great. But the lyrics, I'm over the bridge, a minute from home, but I feel so far from it. The death of my dog, the stretch of my skin, it's all washing over me. I'm angry again. The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two. I'm back in between villages and everything's still. It's so good. I lose my mind every single time I listen to this song, and it's been in my rotation since January. And it's only the middle of March, so that doesn't seem that impressive, but I lose my attention with songs pretty quickly, so for me that's a fair while. Allison, anything for this song? You can say no.
Honestly, it's like a B-tier song as far as Noah Kahan goes for me.
Fascinating. See, that's valid. I thought that the first time as well when I listened to this. I think it just hit me again because I think I was driving when this song was going. I was like, wow. Because Noah Kahan songs just really fit the New England area, which makes sense because he's from New England. And so I feel like all of his songs just transcend when you're driving through that area. So playing it in a radio studio that's far too warm in the middle of March, that's in Wisconsin, almost feels blasphemous compared to what it could be.
Entirely correct, I would agree.
Alright, and with that concludes our attempt at Folk Week. Thank you so much for tuning in to this more chaotic week than usual, but I had a lot of fun getting to have folks call in. We may be doing this in the future, but I'll check. I don't think it'll be a regular thing, but I had fun this week. But yeah, let me figure out how to get the regular sound going, and be sure to tune in WBCR next week for another great show.